Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. It is your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any Watchbox watch. Email me at tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing. Today, we are discussing a watch launched in 2019 in 250 pieces. This is the white gold Lange 1 25th anniversary, celebrating 25 years of the reborn East German watch manufacturer. It was one of 10 limited editions, different models each, to mark 1/4 century of the new firm. So this is the Lange 1 as we've known it since the initial Lange watches of 1994. It's 38.5 millimeters in diameter in white gold, 11 millimeters thick, 47.1 millimeters from lug tip to lug tip, and 20 millimeters between the lugs. This was the first of the 10 25th anniversary limited editions launched, and it's fitting because this has been the icon of the brand since the very first models were launched at Dresden Castle in the fall of 1994. On my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference, you could see that it wears nicely. The lugs don't push out to the edge of my wrist, and I believe you could wear this watch on a wrist as small as 13.5 centimeters circumference. Again, my wrist for reference is 16. The watch features a strap of bright blue. It's a recurring theme on this watch. Large rectangular scale alligator leather, high gloss finish. We have here a folded edge. We have a contrasting stitch in white like the dial. On the underside, you can see a more conventional calfskin. It is a brand new Lange factory strap. The watch comes with a feature rarely seen on Lange watches, not just a deployant clasp, but a double deployant clasp in white gold to match the watch, giving you more security against accidentally dropping your 25th anniversary watch. Now, taking a quick look at the case, it'll be familiar even to the first buyers of the Lange 1 from the early 90s. The lugs are stepped out, they're polished, they have a little bit of a bevel on their sides. There's a satin finished mid-case to contrast with the polished case back and bezel. The bezel features a domed top and a slight vertical segment on its profile. Then we have a Lange branded crown. The dial is a lovely silver white on top of a engraved sterling silver dial base. So the dial base is made of sterling silver, and then a galvanic process is used to deposit this lovely silver white. All of the features of the dial are blue with the exception of the tail end of the power reserve. The power reserve indicator traces 72 hours of manual wind power reserve. The watch features a stop seconds function. We'll wind it up so you can see it in action. It also features a push button so you can toggle the panorama datum or the outsize date. This feature was by direction of Gunter Blumlein, actually donated by JLC to Lange as a gesture of friendship at the time. The patent for this double-digit date was JLC. The double-digit date used by JLC today was a second one that they designed after giving this design to Lange. And of course, we have a wonderful font for those double discs. We have fired steel hands in blue, and then we have a white gold frame for the date. And again, the dial base is sterling silver, a feature of this dial not universal to Lange 1. We have deeply etched segments that have great depth to them and a sort of blasted, frosted, or opaline texture. There is not the traditional concentric pattern that you find on these sub-registers on Lange 1 and Grande Lange 1 and Little Lange. Everything is a soft, matte, blasted sheen. Opaline is the word. Rolling it over, you can see on the back the Lange manufacturer or headquarters building. This is all freehand engraved. The building dates back to 1873. You can see the name of Walter Lange and Gunter Blumlein. Gunter Blumlein was a German watch industry executive who worked with IWC, Lange, and Jaeger-LeCoultre, among others. And he was famous for helping to resurrect JLC from the quartz crisis doldrums of the 1980s. And later on, he went to help refound the Lange manufacturer in Saxony in East Germany in the town of Glashütte. Walter Lange was the last of the watchmaking Lange family. He was already a senior citizen in 1990 when he reestablished this company, and in 1994 they were ready to present their first 4 models, of which the Lange 1 was one. But you could see 25 years on the back, the tribute to the 2 co-founders, and then you pop open the case back, and I'll do that with my ungloved hand, it's always easier. So you get a solid gold case back, but then you also get a display case back. Now the standout feature here, I'll do my best to show it, is that the balance cock, as always, freehand engraved. But here, the engravings have been blue inked, and then you can see the number 25 on the balance cock, celebrating 25 years of Lange. You can see the limited edition. Each one is individually numbered. The movement is the caliber L121-1, which became the new Lange 1 movement in 2015. Twin mainspring barrels, 72-hour power reserve, 3 Hz beat rate. It's 5-position adjusted, pivots on 43 joules, and it has a power reserve indicator on the dial side, the push button for the panorama datum, and the stop seconds function. It's built in the fashion of a pocket watch, and you can see the one concession to modernity here is the free sprung balance, with all of the adjustment to the timing done using those variable inertia weights on the balance itself. The rest of this, from the 3/4 bridge to the use of golden chaton to fix the pivot jewels, to the use of German silver for the bridges and plates, harks back to the era when East Germany was well known for its pocket watches, and Lange Söhne was a big part of that. Now, strictly speaking, the modern Lange Söhne company is not the legal successor to the original Lange. The legal successor to the original Lange is the company we today call Glashütte Original, so let's just get that straight. But the fashion we today associate with German watch movement design and German watch movement finishing was established by this company during the 90s. So we have stripes across the bridges. You can see we have mirrored beveling on the edge of the bridges. We have engine turning on the base plate. We have freehand engraving on the balance cock. We have these golden chaton fixing the pivot jewels, because that's how watches were made in the pocket watch era. The jewel went into a precision gold chaton, and the machinery wasn't quite precise enough to place the jewel into the bridges, so they would be placed in the cup would be fixed to the bridges and plates using screws, and here the screws are fired blue. We also have some polished screws. We have a black polished cap to the escape wheel cock and a black polished swan's neck fine adjustment mechanism. And this German silver material is a nickel copper zinc alloy, with the copper giving it that golden hue. And this watch has a 30-meter water resistance rating. I would say collect all 10 of the 25th anniversary Lange special editions. But if you're going to buy just one, get this one, the Eternal Icon. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.